Hey y'all, happy Monday. So I was looking at I know everybody's seen the thing with Marvin Sapp where he told people to close the doors, and I thought that was wrong, but it didn't it didn't surprise me. It really didn't. But people have made videos and things about it and talked about it. And even Marvin Sapp, I think he went on the Ricky Smiley show and explaining what he was doing, which was a lie. The things that he said was a lie. When he said close the doors, he was telling people, the ushers, to close the doors so no one leaves until they pay their money. Because after he said they went up there and paid their money, he said, after I see you come up here and you pay your money, he said, then open the doors, you're free to leave. And my thing is, and now for Easter, for his Easter service, he preached, his title was Close the Doors. He preached that on a Easter or Resurrection Sunday. On Resurrection Sunday, Mother's Day, funerals, those type of services have a lot of people going to them. So, baby, if you're going to ever preach the gospel, you need to preach it during those times. But he is so much in his feelings and his reputation that he preached, his topic was close the doors. And, I was like, it is so sad. What was wrong with, if they needed more money, because I think this was the third offering they took up. If they needed more money, why not say, look, y'all, we haven't raised enough money. We need more money. We just need for y'all to give more money. You don't have to try to manipulate people to give them money or do anything. Why not just say, we need more money? You ain't got to go try to find a scripture or say God said. Now you're bringing God into a lie. And people, they're not, they really don't care about saying God said this and God said that to get whatever they need. Be careful how you bring God into your lie. That's a very dangerous thing. Just say, you don't have to use any manipulation, any tactics. You don't have to do that. Just, if you need more money, just say, look, y'all, we still need more money. Come give. If you can give more money. That's it. And most time people will do just that. But you know what I was thinking about also? How he was saying, it costs to sit up there. People have to pay money to sit up on them stages, and that's true. And I'm going to tell you how I know that's true. I was in a situation like that years ago. I remember when Juanita Bynum had came to our city, and me, another pastor, and a few other people, we went to the church to see. I think she was there 2 or 3 nights. So, we love Juanita Bynum. Girl, that was a saved Juanita Bynum. I think she was saved, good and saved them. But anyway, honey, we love Juanita Bynum, honey. During her No More Sheets era, she was bad, honey. She was bad. Anyhow, y'all. So we went to the service, and they had different pastors sitting back there on that platform. And I remember asking the pastor that had to win. I was asked her, I said, are you going to go up there and sit on the platform? And she was like, oh, honey, it costs to sit up there. And during that time, I didn't know nothing about people paying money, to sit up on a roster or nothing like that. I had never heard of nothing like that. I said, what? I said, you got to pay money to sit up there? And I thought that was so crazy. Because in my mind, I'm like, I would never pay thousands of dollars to sit on nobody just to sit up there. Why? I was a young Christian then, but y'all, I even knew back then that was crazy. But you had a lot of people that literally, I don't know how much they paid, but they will pay money to actually sit on a stage with people like Jakes or Benny Hinn or Joel Osteen, all the big time preachers. And like Marvin Sapp said, it costs to sit up there. You got to pay money to sit up there. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. That's something. Would y'all do that? Would y'all pay money just to be able to sit up on a platform with people? I'm just not going to do that, honey. That's not a part of my salvation. That's not a part of my ministry, honey. I am never going to pay no money to sit on nobody's platform, honey. I'm just not going to do it. And they got all kind of stuff they do, honey. And I wonder why y'all raising so much money for what? Most of these churches, in my humble opinion, they already got a whole, not, I mean, like mega church, and it ain't got to be a mega church, but a lot of these churches, they got so much money just sitting in their bank accounts, honey, and all they do is give it to one person, another church that's got money, another church that's got money, another church that's got money. You know, it doesn't trickle down to the people that really need it. You know, the churches, when they started, churches started out because they didn't tax the church, because the church was for the community. Church was supposed to help communities. That's why they didn't tax churches. But not now, honey. These churches ain't helping communities, child. But anyway, Marvin Sapp is so in his feelings. He is so hurt and just his ego. It's just sad, Marvin. He need to stop talking about he made a song, shut the door. You literally, sir, told them to shut the door so the people wouldn't leave until they pay their money. What is so hard and difficult about saying that? Instead of getting on all these platforms and preaching about shut the door and it was for security purpose and it was a sacred moment. All that ain't nothing but a bunch of lies, honey. That's a bunch of lies. No, you wanted people to give before they leave. And people do that a lot. Make sure you give before you leave. You said close the doors. You wanted them to close the doors so they can pay their money. That's all it was. And after they paid, they could leave, like you said. Now you on here trying to make excuses and give explanations and give scriptures and pulling God in it. Sir, please, exit left. Somebody open the doors for Marvin Sapp, honey. Open the doors so he can walk out, child. But that hurts my heart, though, to know that we have leaders like that. But you know what? The people love them. The people love them, honey. They still going to support them. They still going to follow them and do what they want to do, honey. They really are, because they don't read the Bibles and they don't care. They love celebrities, honey. They really do. They love to follow these people, honey, that ain't preaching the gospel. They do, honey. But that is so sad to me. But, baby, I'm going to tell you something, honey. I ain't going to never sit on nobody's platform. I wouldn't even pay $1. If somebody say, you can come, Yvette, but you got to pay $2 to sit on the platform. No. When it comes to the things of God, I'm not playing with these folk, honey. I'm not playing with them, honey. But I just don't see why it was so hard. Why is it so hard for you to just say, yes, I told them to close the doors because they didn't want nobody to leave till they paid. Why is it so hard to say that? I don't know. All right, toodles. I'll talk to y'all later.